Ultima Thule is out in theaters, new Polish film directed by Klaudiusz Chrostowski, starring Jakub Gierszał. Short, 83 minutes long, very minimalist, and especially for a Polish production, very impressive in terms of its depiction of nature, of wilderness. The film follows Bartek, a 30-year-old man who, after losing his father, goes out to escape as far away as he can. Escape his grief, but also kind of in a way follow his old man's unrealized dreams. At the beginning of the film, he arrives in Aberdeen in Scotland, hitches a ride, and immediately asks his driver, "What's the most remote place around here I can get to?" And she says to him, "Oh, you should go to Thule. This is an island in the Shetlands where only about 30 people live." He does go there, and then he gets hired by a sheep farmer to help around the farm in exchange for shelter and food, all the while processing his emotional state and dealing with what happened in his life. So on paper, it should be an amazing film, for me at least. A slow character study with very few words being spoken and with men processing their emotions through hard physical work, all set in an incredibly beautiful place. And partly it is that. I mean, first of all, it is a gorgeous film. It was shot on location on the actual island, and the nature there is incredible. I like the quiet, introspective scenes of the two guys doing various jobs around the farm. But somehow, when the movie ended, I felt a strange lack of something. I was missing something from it. I couldn't quite put my finger on it initially, and having thought about it some more, I think it's, as weird as it may sound, it's maybe too subtle for me with its approach to the whole grief and emotional plot, and focuses too much on the physical aspect of it all. What I mean is, as I was watching it, I never thought I'm watching a depressed man that's sort of in his head, dealing with heavy stuff, emotionally struggling. I thought I'm watching a guy physically struggling to carry sheep onto a tractor trailer. I'm watching a guy being tired because of the work, because of the painting and the weather and so on, not because of what's going on in his mind. And I thought back to The Eight Mountains, which was my favorite film last year, because it's kind of a similar film. Also touches on the relationship between son and the recently deceased father. Also shows its characters processing emotions through physical labor. Also is set in beautiful locations, but somehow I felt that movie more. I connected with it more. With Ultima Thule, I thought it was beautiful on the surface, but it didn't fully click for me on a personal level, on an emotional level. And I don't know whether it is a fault of the writing or the direction or the central performance, because it's entirely possible there is no fault. There's nothing wrong with either of these things, and it's just my own subjective reaction to the movie. So I don't want you to think it's bad objectively, as much as that's even possible. I think maybe if you happen to be more in tune with it, you'll enjoy it a bit more than I did. I found it great visually, just okay otherwise. But do check it out if you get a chance. It's not a large time investment, at least.